Why does Fox News work so hard to hide from their audience certain things? That's the question. They are purposefully, intentionally hiding this story from the eyes and ears of their viewers. Like their viewers are children who can't bear to hear something they don't like.
Hoax alert, new hoax alert, woo, woo.
Media Matters reports Fox won't tell viewers that the UAE bought off Trump. Now, if you're a Fox host, I know we talk a lot about this story, but really think about it, please. It's very important. If you're a Fox host and you spent wall to wall during the Biden administration pretending like Biden was corrupt because of Hunter Biden's business dealings, what the hell are you supposed to do when this story breaks? If you're honest, you go, "Hi, I'm Jesse Watters. I resign. Trump's corrupt. I was dishonest this whole time." That's what you do if you're honest. They're not going to do that. I mean, let's see. Take that down for a second. Let's just do this. Sean Hannity annual salary. Let's see what it says here. He makes around $45 million a year. So $45 million a year, being honest, he has to choose. And he always chooses this one. Wait, which one was which? I can't remember. But the money one is the one that he chooses. And this is a fascinating review from Media Matters that examined Fox News' coverage. And at the point of them writing this article, they had not spoken a peep about a bombshell corruption story of Trump's. Fox News has not covered bombshell reports revealing that an Emirati royal known as the Spy Sheik secretly purchased a major stake in a company controlled by President Donald Trump's family for $500 million just 4 days before Trump's inauguration, according to a Media Matters review through Monday night. Hadn't spoken about how the Spy Sheik imagine one of the people involved in the Biden story was a spy sheik. Whatever that means. Emirati royal invests in Trump's crypto thing. And then the Trump administration all of a sudden reverses Biden-era policy that restricted the release of advanced AI chips to the UAE. That's called a quid pro quo. That's called trading on favors. That's called the Trump crime family. You remember the Biden crime family? This is the real crime. Just the quickest pause to request that you click the subscribe button, the simplest, easiest, freest way, completely free, to support the work that we do. Right below the video, click that subscribe button. Back to the video. And I want you to think about the number 500 million, because Trump, through these types of dealings, or Binance's role, we just learned they've gobbled up a bunch of Trump's company and investments, or funneled a bunch of money into Trump's company, I should say. And then the Binance founder gets a pardon. Think about 500 million, but Trump's broader net worth going up by billions because of stuff like this and him trading on favors as president. Now, remember that we had to hear about a $4,000 truck payment of Hunter's that I think Biden covered for him, or vice versa. No, that was it. Ooh, what the hell? Hey guys, hey MAGA, what the hell? Are you being serious? Do you understand how infuriating it is to be us? And none of you care. The Wall Street Journal and the New York Times both reported on this, but Fox News didn't touch it. Goes through a lot of this context, what the scheme is, President's apparent participation in a quid pro quo scheme in which U.S. national security interests were sold out in return for a sizable payment to his family has not been mentioned a single time on Fox. But they spent years doing thousands of hours of coverage of the fact that Hunter Biden had a job. Fox host Sean Hannity alone devoted hundreds of segments to the president's son Hunter in 2023, as he argued that Biden had been credibly accused of corruption. But after the right-wing propaganda machine helped Trump back into office, he promptly began cashing in. And in turn, we've seen Fox stars seem to have developed a strange new respect for obvious malfeasance. So this is when you really lose faith in just the basic foundation of honesty. Like, I think when you imagine, especially me as someone who does political media, I think, oh, everyone must sort of have about the same dedication to principles of honesty as me. This sounds like I'm hyping myself up. Most honest person in the entire media industry, some say. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to give myself the undisputed champion of honesty award. Not what I'm doing here. But I'm just saying, you kind of assume other people are like you. You go, oh, of course, they're probably just misled, or maybe they think they're cutting corners, but they don't think they're actually blatantly being the biggest hypocrites on the planet. Then you see a story like this, you're like, oh no, they don't care. They know they don't care. They know this is Trump getting paid off. $500 million. And then putting our national security at risk because the big fear as to why we weren't giving these ships was them being handed off to China, which we have credible reason to believe is going to happen. And what do I know exactly what even that technically means? An AI advanced computer chip? Yeah, I do, actually. I know exactly what it means. But the point is, we were trying to hide them. We didn't want just to be spreading them around. And we know that the UAE would not have a problem doing a little bit of, oh, you want to check this out? You check this out, Xi Jinping? And Xi Jinping would say, yes. He would say, yes. No, I'm not doing an impression of Xi Jinping. You ridiculous person thought I was going there. Quit it. Cut it out. I like my job. No, I'm kidding. I would do one. I would, because I think everyone is equally fine to be made fun of, but I haven't nailed it yet. Once I nail it, I'll bring it to you. Now, I hate to bring this clip up again, but on this whole Trump's corruption, can we all just revel again in the utter cringe of CNBC host Joe Kernan? Because a Fox host won't ask Eric Trump, and Eric Trump isn't going on CNN to be asked about it. So he does go on CNBC, and the one time someone asked him about this UAE thing, the host nearly pooped his pants trying to get the question out.
This is today, Eric. Two big deals. And just, I'm sure you hear about this all the time. You've got a way, obviously, of explaining that. I mean, you've thought about this when you talk to the president about this, or when Don talks about some of his investments, or with Mr. Witkoff as well. In this one, they're talking about the UAE investing some money at the same time that they were granted access to some chips. And not saying it's related, but it could be. You're going to see this again and again in mainstream media in terms of a conflict of interest between the president in his position and his family being able to do so well in crypto.
Yeah. Joe, how long have I been sitting at this table? Like 20-something years, meaning I've been doing this with you guys for a very long time.
Yep.
We're far from Hunter Biden, right? The guys out there selling.
That's what.
And then Joe goes, that's what I'm saying. This is Joe. Ready? Oh, Luke, that's appropriate. You know what's happening. Joe knows he needs to ask about this question because otherwise he's not even close to a journalist. But he doesn't like having to ask about it because he knows it debunks his entire foundation of understanding about the difference between the Bidens and the Trumps. So then he spits out the craziest word salad, not a single sentence that is complete, a bunch of halvesies, and then is sitting there going, please just make it about Hunter Biden. Please make it about Hunter Biden, please. And then Eric, within 8 words, goes, Hunter Biden. And Joe goes, yes. It's pitiful. But I just wanted to watch that again because something about how angry it gets me makes me happy. Is that wrong? Is that something broken in me? Something about how much I want to metaphorically kick Joe Kernan makes me happy. I don't know what that's about.